Hey everybody. Today we're going to be doing my impromptu speech, and my subject is going to be about the idea that stars can't shine without darkness. And the quote that stars can't shine without darkness, and honestly when I first read that, I kind of just skimmed over it, but the more I thought about it, the more it actually made sense to me. And that's because, think about it. You can literally never see stars during the day. It's not that they disappear. They're still up there the whole time, but you need that darkness for them to actually stand out and shine. And I think that's true for a lot more than just stars. And I think this quote is really about how our hardest moments are usually what will end up making it shine the most. And even if it doesn't feel that way while we're going through it, that's the truth. And I think as people, our experiences make us who we are. And that's why not only that connects to the quote, but that also relates to everything else. So, think about everyone you'd call successful or impressive. Almost every single one of them has some story about a time things were really hard for them. A lot of athletes talk about the injuries that ruin careers or that also end with them getting rejected over and over and over, and then being finally saying yes to. It's never just a straight line up. It's gonna go up and down, and it's gonna be hard for a lot of people and easy for some, but there's always some dark patches in there. And weirdly, that dark patch is usually the part that a part of the story that people remember. And they remember that most because it's what makes the good part actually mean something. And if you just get rewarded for not putting in the work, then it doesn't feel right. And I'll be honest, I can even think of something from my own life. Like last year, I went through a stretch where I was struggling in one of my classes. I wasn't doing very good. It was really hard for me to focus. And I was staying up late. I was confused. I was feeling like I was behind everybody else. And it really sucked for me in the moment. But that was also the class where I learned how to actually ask for help. And every time, and manage my time. And it honestly changed everything and how I approach every class ever since then. And I wouldn't have picked up on any of that. And the hard part was that how annoying it was to keep on failing and failing and failing. But eventually, after I asked, it was the reason I got better. And yeah, and here's my third point. I also think that applies to a bigger scale too, like how a lot of people grow as human beings in general. Nobody becomes patient without, having to test their patience first. They have to build that through time and experience. Nobody becomes confident without having a moment where they felt small or they had to push through it anyway. And the darkness isn't like a punishment, but it's kind of the setup for the shining part. And you need the contrast for it to even mean anything. And so when I think about that quote now, I don't really read it as something sad. I actually think it's kind of comforting because it means, the hard stretches that you're in right now aren't just wasted time. They're kind of just something in the background, and even if you can't see it yet, it's true. So yeah, stars can't shine without darkness, and I think that's a pretty good way to look at whatever hard thing you're dealing with right now, whether it's a class, a relationship you're going through, or a goal that you're working hard towards, whatever it is. The dark part isn't the opposite of the good stuff, and it's actually what makes the good stuff possible. So next time things are rough, maybe it's worth remembering that the stars are still up there. You just need a little darkness first to actually see them shine. Thank you guys.